Body fluid circulation, NCERT exemplar 11 biology. Let's start. First question, mark among the following a cell which does not exhibit phagocytic activity. Monocyte, neutrophil, basophil and macrophages. Here among these cells, the basophils are going to be inflammatory mediators. They are not in the phagocytic activity. They are inflammatory mediators which release histamine, heparin, bradykinin. The inflammatory mediators they release. So answer is basophil. Second question. One of the common symptoms observed in people infected with dengue fever is significant decrease in RBC count, significant decrease in WBC count, significant decrease in platelet count, significant increase in platelet count. So, in case of people who suffered with the dengue fever, that they have a problem in decrease in the platelet count. So, that will be the answer. Which among the following is correct during each cardiac cycle? The four options are given here. The volume of blood pumped out by right and left ventricles are same. The volume of the blood pumped out by the right and left ventricle is different. Okay. Then the volume of the blood received by each atrium is different. The volume of the blood received by aorta and pulmonary artery is different. For this, the NCERT exemplar key is given that volume of blood pumped out by the right and left ventricle is same. Cardiac activity could be moderated by the autonomous neural system. The parasympathetic system stimulate heart rate and stroke volume. Sympathetic system stimulate heart rate and stroke volume. The parasympathetic system decreases the heart rate but increases the stroke volume. Sympathetic system decreases the heart rate and increases the stroke volume. So heartbeat and stroke volume both are increased by sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system increases the heartbeat and stroke volume. Parasympathetic nervous system decreases the heartbeat and stroke volume. So among these, with these information, we have to collect the answer. In the given, sympathetic system stimulate heart rate and stroke volume and they increases the heart rate and stroke volume. Mark the pair of substances among the following which is essential for coagulation of blood. Heparin and calcium ion and platelet factor, oxalates and citrate, platelet factors and heparin. So essential for coagulation of the blood is calcium ion and platelet factor, which platelet factor are going to secrete thromboplastin, helpful for the clotting along with calcium ion. ECG depicts the depolarization and repolarization processes during the cardiac cycle. In the ECG of a normal healthy individual, one of the following waves is not represented. Depolarization of atria, repolarization of atria, depolarization of ventricle, repolarization of ventricle. ECG include P wave which make the depolarization of atria, QRS complex which make the depolarization of ventricles, and the T wave ventricular repolarization. So atrial depolarization P wave, ventricular depolarization QRS complex, ventricular repolarization T wave. So what is not represented in this case? Repolarization of atria. Repolarization of atria does not represent. It will take 0.7 seconds here in the cardiac cycle. That cannot be represented in the ECG. Which one of the following type of cells lack nucleus? RBC, neutrophil, eosinophil, monocyte. So among these, RBC is without nucleus. The biconcave shaped RBC is without nucleus and cytoorganelle because the total content in the RBC need to be filled with hemoglobin. That's why in the process of maturation, that all the cytoorganelles are going to be disappeared and RBC remain with only hemoglobin. Which one of the following blood cell involved in antibody production? Is given B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte, RBC and neutrophil. Among these, the B lymphocytes are going to be differentiated when microbe comes, when antigen comes. They differentiate in the form of plasma cells and memory cells, whereas plasma cell produce the antibodies at the time of infection. Memory cells produce antibodies in future when the same microbe again enters in the body. So what is our answer then? B lymphocytes. Cardiac impulse is initiated and conducted further up to ventricle. The correct sequence of conduction of impulse is, okay, SEA node, AV node, Purkinje fiber, AV bundle, SEA node, Purkinje fiber, AV node, AV bundle, SEA node, AV node, AV bundle, Purkinje fiber, SEA node, Purkinje fiber, AV bundle, AV node. Now let us see that how it was arranged in the heart. This is the SEA node, sinoatrial node we can say, and this is atrioventricular node. Atrioventricular node. Electrical impulses come from the SEA node to the AV node, then to the bundle of His. Then from there, bundle of His is running through the interventricular septum. From there, bundle branches, Purkinje fibers are going to be entered. So what is our answer here? This is bundle of His and these are the Purkinje fibers. So SEA node, AV bundle and Purkinje fiber. This is going to be third option. It's going to be the answer for us. The cells involved in inflammatory reactions are basophil, neutrophil, eosinophil, lymphocyte. So the basophils are said to be inflammatory mediator, which they are going to secrete histamine, heparin, bradykinin, serotonin, prostaglandins. These are all the inflammatory mediators which are secreted by the basophils. So what is our answer here? Serotonin, let me write the total. Here it is. Basophil is our answer. The second heart sound is associated with the closure of tricuspid valve, semilunar valve, bicuspid valve, tricuspid and bicuspid valve. Closure of tricuspid and bicuspid valve create the heartbeat lub. Okay, so this is not going to be answer and this is also not going to be answer. So what is our answer then? Semilunar valves. Semilunar valves is our answer. Which of the following correctly explains a phase event in cardiac cycle in a standard electrocardiogram? QRS complex indicate atrial contraction. QRS complex indicate ventricular contraction. Time between SNT represent atrial systole. P wave indicates the beginning of ventricular contraction. As I said to you now, the P wave is for atrial contraction, atrial systole or atrial depolarization we can say, and the QRS complex, this is for ventricular contraction or ventricular depolarization, and the T wave is for ventricular relaxation or repolarization we can say. So what is our answer here then? QRS complex indicates the ventricular contraction. Which of the following statements is incorrect? A person of O blood group has anti-A and anti-B antibodies in his plasma. A person of B blood group can't donate blood to a person of A blood group. Blood group designated on the basis of the presence of antibodies in the blood plasma. A person of AB blood group is universal recipient. Yes, AB blood group is universal recipient. This is right. Blood group is designated in the presence of antigens, not antibodies. Classification of the blood group is based on the presence of antigen. If A antigen, A sugar polymer present, that is A blood group. If B sugar polymer present, that is B blood group. If both A and B sugar polymers are present, that is AB blood group. If RBC is not having any of the sugar polymer A and B, that will be the O blood group. So our classification, blood group classification based on not antibodies, it is through antigens. So our answer is third option. What would be the cardiac output of a person having 72 heartbeats per minute and a stroke volume of 50 ml? Cardiac output equal to stroke volume into number of heartbeats per minute. So let us apply here. Stroke volume is given 50 ml. Number of heartbeats is given 72. So what is our answer here? 3600 ml. So 3600 ml. Match the terms given under column A with their function given under column B. Select the answer from the options given below. Lymphatic system is given, pulmonary vein, thrombocyte and lymphocytes. Here column B carry oxygenated blood, immune response to drain back the tissue fluid to the circulatory system, coagulation of the blood. So lymphatic system we can select it for to drain back the tissue fluid to circulatory system. Pulmonary vein which carry the oxygenated blood, pulmonary vein carry oxygenated blood, and thrombocytes for coagulation of the blood, lymphocytes B and T lymphocyte for immune response. So this is the match. Our answer is second option. Atria receive blood from all parts of the body which subsequently flows into ventricles. The statement 1 is given. Action potential generated at SEA node passes from the atria to ventricle. So when atria are filled with blood, right atria with deoxygenated, left atria, then SEA node will passes the information. Action potential generated in SEA node passes from atria to ventricles. So in that way we can say action mentioned in statement 2 is dependent on action mentioned in statement 1. That's it. Body fluid circulation, NCERT exemplar. Thank you.